Hello and welcome to the MSTieCast. I'm your host, Toby Mobius. Joining me today are two guests, one being my usual co-host, Mr. Justin Toner.
Hey, people, how you doing?
And the second, you might remember him from such shows as the MSTieCast and nothing else, Mr. Joshua MacLeod.
I came back for the food.
We do have great food.
Yes, we do.
My hat's off to Chef John. And tonight on the MSTieCast, we have two topics of discussion. Not a discussion episode like we usually do, but more of a topical news kind of thing. One now, one later, and I guess we'll go into jump into the first topic. Those of you who are on the RiffTrax mailing list or check out their forums or any other MST3K sources of information might know that RiffTrax is currently in the process of trying to gain the rights to a certain movie for their live riffs. A movie that is considered one of the worst films of all time, even though it's not quite that bad. It's bad. It's terrible. It's Twilight.
Twilight.
But they have done in lieu of the usual way of talking to the studio, trying to get the money, and then paying them, this time they're getting the money first from their fans, started using a Kickstarter, I believe. Is it Kickstarter or Indiegogo?
Yeah, Kickstarter.
Kickstarter. And they have pleaded to their fans to donate to their cause so that we can see Twilight Rift live. And how much was the starting goal? Did you say it was 55?
Yeah, the original starting goal when they opened it was $55,000, and although I was at work at the time, people said that they passed that in the first hour after they opened the Kickstarter, and in fact, right now the current total is over $190,000, with still 24 days left to go. So they've already tripled the original starting money amount that they started the Kickstarter at, which is amazing.
It really is amazing. I didn't think they would get it that fast.
It just goes to show just how dedicated the MST RiffTrax fan base is.
It's either that or they had one like really, really rich fan that donated like $80,000 on the first day.
It says that
really
over
awesome.
It's like 4,000 people have donated money. So
let's see here. There's 50,000. So that means somebody has to have donated. 4,000 divided by.
Yes, some people have donated some serious money to this.
Yeah, I'm going to the Kickstarter now so I can see the bigger spenders. Let me just check.
We can't say their names. We can't say their names and get away with it.
Well, we can see
how much.
Yeah. Some people have pledged over 1,000, 2,000. It only goes up to 2,000.
Okay, that sounds plausible.
For $2,000, they become VIP guests of honor, and there were only 4 of them, which got them everything in the $225 rewards package, which was your face on screen, a T-shirt, photo.
Wow.
Name in the credits. Posters, invitation to the planning session.
Wow.
A lot of really cool swag, which, $2,000 better.
Yeah, you better get something cool. So what is the drop between 2,000 and 1,000? What don't you get at 1,000 that you would have gotten at 2,000?
Well, at 2,000, and I actually wasn't finished listing 2,000 stuff.
Okay.
For 2,000, you also get tickets, front row seat tickets.
Wow.
Thanked personally, you get to have lunch with Mike, Kevin, and Bill. You get to attend the rehearsal.
I would kill
and a
people
special
for that.
RiffTrax goodie bag.
I would kill to meet the 3 of them in person.
But you must provide your own travel and lodging to and from Nashville.
Ooh, okay.
But hey, if you're willing to spend $2,000,
yeah, it's worth it.
It's like that guy that paid $18,000 to compete on Ninja Warrior, and he only got to level 2. He only got to like the second obstacle.
if you're gonna go big, go big.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yep.
The second highest is pledge 1,500 of which there are 15, and only 4 are gone. So, someone can still get that.
Yep.
That gets you everything in the $225 thing, plus VIP section tickets in rows 2 to 15, or no, 2 to 5, I should say. Sorry. Attend a meet and greet reception with Mike, Kevin, and Bill, limited to 30 people, and the goodie bag. And you must provide your own travel. There's 2 sections for 1,000.
Yeah, they're all gone.
Yeah. For the first one, which had 5 slots, you get a personalized song written by Mr. Kevin Murphy. And he will write, produce, and deliver the song to you. And plus everything in the $225 package. Now, for the 1 slot, 1 person could get the script for the show. Autographed.
Cool.
And the scripts for all of them, autographed, and everything in the $225 package.
Yeah, it looks like some of the other ones are completely gone too. Some of the $200 $225 ones are completely gone. The $200 one, there's some slots. There's like 8 slots left for the one of the $200, and then after that, below that, those are all still available because they're pretty much more just you're pledging a good amount of money, but you're not going to be able to like go there and like meet them and stuff like that, but you get a bunch of stuff regardless.
Of course, by the time this airs, that's probably going to have changed.
Oh yeah,
that's possible. The most pledged is $30 at 731 backers.
Okay.
They get a live show download and shorts package, a digital download of the show on the digital release date, plus the RiffTrax shorts, Mr. B Natural, Norman Krasner, and A Trip to the Moon, both previous thank you videos and the video thank you. So
that's actually a pretty good one. I might do that one.
Yeah, that seems like a good package now, but if you pledge 35 instead of 30, you get the live show download, plus the shorts package, plus an extra full-length RiffTrax of your choice.
Ooh, for only $5 more? Ooh, that's actually a good one.
Yeah, it's yes, digital download of any full-length RiffTrax from our previous existing catalog and the thank yous. For $40, bulk package 1 week early, so you get everything before it actually comes out.
Yeah, that level being the most makes sense because I was just doing the math, and the average donations between how many people have donated and what they have is close to just under $50. It's what the average fan is donating at this point, which is why they've been able to raise so much money so fast. It's pretty impressive.
If I can actually get a hold of any money, I would really like to do the $35 or $40 donation.
Mm-hmm.
For $40, you get, like I said, the entire package of 1 week early. You'll get it with a bonus introduction by Mike, Kevin, and Bill, and that is at 259 backers.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some really good extras here if you really like RiffTrax.
Yep, definitely. So yeah, for all you fans out there, if you're listening to this before the Kickstarter ends, go ahead and donate. I mean, you can even if you don't have a lot of money, you can donate $1. That's like the minimum pledge. So, if you don't have a lot of money, you can at least donate $1.
Yes, and for $1, no, actually it's $2.
$2 minimum.
The minimum is $2 for
to get stuff.
For $1, you get nothing.
What do you get for $2?
For $2, you get a personal name. Your personal name personally thanked on a special thank you page at RiffTrax.com.
Basically, these are all the people that donated money. Thank you very much.
Yes. For $5, you get the Mr. B Natural short download. There's several $5 brackets. For the next $5 bracket is the Norman short.
Yeah. Oh, the Norman short.
And the other $5 is A Trip to the Moon.
Yep. And for those wondering, the Mr. B Natural, yes, that is the infamous MST3K short that they riffed, but they re-riffed it with new jokes. And also, the one that they did on MST was actually edited. There was footage that was that they didn't use. So this version is probably the full unedited version that most people probably have never seen. So that's definitely at least worth it, I would think.
And if you pledge $10, which is currently at 450 backers, you get all 3 shorts. So you actually save $5, and your name is on the thank you page. For $15, if you pledge, $15, you get all the shorts plus a gift certificate for any full-length RiffTrax.
That's a good one too.
So that's a pretty good deal. So, you not only get the $5 shorts each, but you get 1 free feature length. So, I think that's a pretty good deal.
No, I definitely agree. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen after the Kickstarter's over.
Yeah.
See if they can pull this off. It'll be pretty cool.
Now, what I'm curious about is what happens to the access money. Okay, FAQ. You've already exceeded your goal. What about guest riffers, additional movies, bears on unicycles, etc.?
Yeah, that's a good question.
By contributing, you receive a download of the show, the exclusive shorts, and much more bonus content available only to Kickstarter backers. Check the various pledge levels for details. Additionally, as stated in our Kickstarter pitch, we're making an educated guess to obtain the rights on how much it costs. We do not know. We do know that the more money we can bring to Summit Entertainment /Liongate, the more the chances are better will be. Better our chances will be. Can't talk. Extra funds will go towards nabbing a great guest or two, and anything beyond that will be used to make the production itself the best we possibly can. If they could get a guest riffer for this, or for a short for the movie, I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, now what do you think the odds are that Lionsgate / the company?
It's Summit Lionsgate Summit Entertainment
/ Summit Entertainment are going to say this is okay.
I don't know. Money's a pretty good motivator.
It really is.
I know, but Twilight is really popular.
Yeah, but but
certain.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Obviously, with people of certain intellect, but it's still
teenage girls and moms.
Yeah. Teenage girls and moms with IQs of roughly maybe 5 points less than the national average.
My mother and sister both really love Twilight.
That's sad.
My sister likes to riffing too, so she's not completely stupid.
Okay. All right. That's good to know.
My mom doesn't get it. She doesn't get the point of riffing something.
But yeah, there are fans out there, but there's also plenty of people out there who really hate the Twilight stuff, and so I think either way, I don't think they really care at this point, as long as they make money off of it.
Yeah, especially considering how long the first movie's been out, and I mean, think of how many DVDs they probably sold just to people who want to listen to it for the ripping.
Yeah.
Just to get the RiffTrax.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure they'll probably get some kind of royalty on the DVD sales for the live show. So I'm sure they probably won't really care.
Because that's going to probably be part of the package, because they're going to want to release this on
there is licensing
DVD Blu-ray.
Yeah. I'm fairly certain they will get a royalty on each DVD.
Yeah, which they'll be like, hey, as long as we get money in our pocket, we don't care.
I don't think that'll be too much of an issue. And like I said, the first movie's been out for a while. Everyone's, if anyone's buying Twilight DVDs now, they're buying either a box set of the saga, that's what you want to call it, or they're buying Breaking Dawn Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Which is easily the funniest of all the movies.
Yep.
Spoonie said so, and he would not lie to me.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this is going to turn out. It's needed. It's exciting.
And plus, if this goes well, this will open the door for more RiffTrax done of bigger movies live.
Yeah.
I would love to see them do Star Wars live.
Now, that one's going to be really difficult.
Yeah.
Since Disney owns it. I don't know if they can
That
get
would-
that.
I didn't. No, I don't expect them to do so,
No.
but that would be fantastic.
I'm sure they could get like something else that's like a well-known movie that is perfectly riffable.
How about Willow?
Ooh.
They can
What
use
was
a lot of the
Willow?
same jokes.
What was Willow?
It was George Lucas's movie that was basically Star Wars as a fantasy movie.
Yeah, it was George Lucas teamed up with Ron Howard who directed it. It was one of those 80s movies that I watched a lot.
Nash has a pretty good review of it on his new show. I'd recommend that. For anyone who doesn't know what Willow is.
Yeah.
It was Warwick Davis's first role that wasn't what's the Ewok.
Yeah.
And then he became the Leprechaun. And then Professor Flitwick.
Alright, so the other, besides RiffTrax's Kickstarter to try to be able to riff Twilight live, the other big news that came out recently was the announcement from Cinematic Titanic that at the end of this year they will no longer be doing the live tours, and it'll probably maybe a while before they even maybe get together to do any more DVD releases, due to the fact that, you know, they all live in different areas of the country, and it's becoming a lot more difficult for them to be able to find the time to be able to go on tour to various locations across the country and get together to be able to do this stuff. And I know it's a bit sad for fans, especially those who have not been able to get to see them in person, myself included. I came really close to being able to see one of their shows, but it ended up getting canceled. It was last year. There was going to be one in Schenectady, New York, which is only 3.5 hours away from where I am right now, and unfortunately it got canceled just a few weeks before it was going to happen. So I missed out on my chance to be able to see them live and in person.
I've never been able to see them live either. They actually rarely go to Georgia for some reason. Usually only if the crew is at Dragon Con.
Yeah. Well, have they done shows in Atlanta at least, or?
They've done shows in Atlanta, but like I said, usually only when they're at Dragon Con, and that's only if the whole crew is at Dragon Con, because Trace and Josh are usually there.
Right.
Sometimes Joel. Frank went last year. But actually, I think it was I think Kevin and the RiffTrax guys were there too.
Yeah.
I'm not totally sure.
Yeah. Some of both of both RiffTrax and Cinematic Titanic have been there at the same time. I know that Kevin and Bill were also there, where a bunch of the CT people were. I think Mike was unavailable, so he didn't, or else he just wasn't able to go. But yeah, they've intermingled, especially like at Dragon Con with because they've the special features on some of the DVDs for Shout. They had the Crow on Crow and Servo versus Servo panels in the recent years.
Right. I really hope that by the end of the year they do come to Georgia. You know, I would like to see them before they completely stop touring.
Yeah. Yeah, if they get close enough, there's only like a couple of shows that are officially announced at this point. There are probably going to be more eventually, but
There's actually only one more for the year that's announced, but it's still a long ways away. It's in February, not February, sorry, November.
Oh wow. Yeah.
In Northampton, Massachusetts. So that's a whiles away. So hopefully,
That's like near Boston. That's probably like a good 6 hours or more away from me, at least.
yeah.
They've done shows down in New York City, but that's a bit of a drive even for me.
Yeah, they've done a few shows in New York. I'm guessing just because it's easier to get theater space.
Oh yeah.
There's only a few theaters in Atlanta. There's the Fox, and there's a few amphitheaters.
Yeah. Yeah, the
That
trick
only
is
the Fox ones.
Yeah, the trick is they go where they're invited. You know, they don't choose where they, you know, they're contacted by these venues that, you know, hey, we want you to come and perform here. You know, that's why they told people if you want us to they've said before, if you want us to be, come near you, you got to pester some, special theater or local, you know, place to, contact us and say, yeah, we want you to come here.
Maybe I can, send an email to the Fox and see how difficult it would be to invite the group down to Atlanta, because, as I said, they haven't been here very often, and I'm sure there are some fans here that would like to see them like I would.
Yeah, I've also wondered the same thing if we could find a way to get them to come to Rochester myself. It's something I may have to look into, at least try.
That's all we can do at this point.
Yeah. So Toby, what are your general thoughts about, since Cinema Titanic is in a lot of ways coming to an end for now? What do you think about overall what they've done? Because it's they started in 2000, so it's been they've been doing this for about 6 years now. Because they started in 2007.
Well, I have a very limited experience with Cinematic Titanic. I've only seen a few of their riffs and such, and I've only seen them digitally. I've only seen them on I think Hulu and a couple that I saw online. Mm-hmm. But from what I have seen, they're very funny, and I wish I would have been able to see it live and see how that energy translates to a live show. Mm-hmm. And as I was talking to you before, is that I wanted to get Lankara or someone who had been able to see them live on this episode, just because I could never articulate what that's like because I hadn't seen it.
Yeah, I know Josh Hadley also. He talked about going to see them live. He saw a show last year. I haven't seen every Cinematic Titanic. I own a couple of the DVDs. And I've seen one or two others that I don't own, and I've really enjoyed them. They are Joel and them. They still got it. They're I know some people may want to get into like a debate about what do you prefer? Do you like RiffTrax or do you like Cinematic Titanic? And they're both two sides of the same coin. They do things just a little bit different to kind of make sure that they don't differentiate themselves a little bit, because for a lot of while, RiffTrax was focusing on doing mocking the big blockbusters like Twilight and Transformers, the really bad stuff, and doing a little B-movie stuff, MST style on the side, where with what Joel and them decided to do was just to go right to the B-movies. And
just to get what they could license, and then...
Yeah. And plus the live shows also... I can't remember who started doing the live shows first, but
I believe it was.
I think
I want to say Cinematic Titanic started doing first.
Yeah,
RiffTrax.
RiffTrax?
Okay, sure. I'm just trying.
Hansel.
I think it was
Hansel.
I think it was RiffTrax. But I'm not. Again,
I have no real. I don't think there's any real way to check.
Mm-hmm.
So. Unless I want to go crawling through the satellite news archives. If you know, please put it in the comments.
I'm looking up their on the Wikipedia real quick, and it says that their first live show was in December of 2007, doing Oozing Skull in San Francisco. But that was a private show. But their first official live show that they did in front of a regular audience was in 2008 in Dallas.
Do you know when the first RiffTrax was?
I think it was 2009 for Plan 9. I think I'm pretty sure Plan 9 was the first live RiffTrax. So
I believe it was.
So so CT started doing the live shows just a year before RiffTrax did. But I've really enjoyed the ones that I've seen. The ones I've seen are Doomsday Machine, their second DVD release, Legacy of Blood, and 3 of the live recorded for DVD, East Meets Watts, The Alien Factor, and Danger on Tiki Island. And of the 5 I own, of the 4 of those, the only one I don't own is Doomsday Machine, but I have seen it. I've watched it online, both on streaming and on Hulu, and I really liked all of them. especially the live shows are a lot of fun because you get to hear the audience reactions to the riffing, and that adds a really interesting, fun element. You know, seeing how people live and in person are reacting to the riffing jokes, and you can see, which gives them a good idea of what's working and what's maybe not working as well. And plus, if they do it in front of enough audiences, they can get a good idea of which jokes are working the best for them, and they can maybe switch things up a bit. But yeah, they really seem to really feed off the live audience if you watch the live live ones on DVD. There's a lot of fun. The first time I watched East Meets Watts, my friend and I, James, we were dying. It was the riffing on that one was superb. That was the first one I'd ever watched too. It's like I bought that in like the Alien Factor. I had for like with some birthday money, and it was definitely worth it.
Okay, I've only seen the Doomsday Machine and Santa Claus Conquers the Martians of their DVD ones, and I saw them on Hulu. And I haven't seen any of their live ones, but I would like to. East Meets Watts especially looks really funny.
Yeah, and that's also on Hulu. I think East Meets Watts, the first 3 live ones, I think, are on Hulu. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. But like, I've noticed that RiffTrax tends to go for a bit more lower brow humor than Cinematic Titanic does. Not that they both don't, indulge in the highbrow and the lowbrow, but RiffTrax tends to go for it a little more, I think.
Yeah.
Which, makes sense given the nature of the movies. They tend to riff.
Mm-hmm.
These blockbuster movies written by hacks.
Yeah. Also, one of the other differences is that the CT crew, they use more expletives than the RiffTrax guys do. They throw in a couple of the more naughty words, but not like too much.
Yeah.
They're peppered all about depending on what movie they're watching. Like you don't usually hear that. You don't usually hear swearing from the RiffTrax guys. In fact, the recent
they bleep it.
Mm-hmm.
They bleep it on RiffTrax. They don't do that on Titanic.
Except for the live shows, like the live RiffTrax DVDs, they don't tend to bleep it.
No. Even the most recent one I watched, the McBain movie with Christopher Walken, there's 2 swear words and they're both unbleeped on the RiffTrax for the VOD that you can either watch online or burn to a DVD.
Which I need to watch that as soon as I can. That
oh yes, I give 2 big thumbs up to that. It's one that must be watched. It's really good.
Josh, you were going to say something a moment ago?
Just about the bleeping.
Okay.
Okay.
Josh, what's your experience with Cinematic Titanic?
I don't think I've had any outside of the previews on YouTube, because for the longest time, I didn't know they were on Hulu.
Okay.
And I certainly didn't want to buy the DVD because I was already spending enough money on the Shout Factory on the actual Mystery Science Theater sets, which plus I just don't like buying things off the internet. But I prefer RiffTrax. That's just me.
Okay.
I tend to prefer RiffTrax too, just because I tend to have the movies they riff. There is a copy of Twilight back here, which is my sister's, and I have Harry Potter, and such. I just tend to have the movies they riff.
Mm-hmm.
I know you have a copy of Glitter.
Yeah, nice.
The thing is, my mom probably does somewhere. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, I've watched a lot more RiffTrax than Cinematic Titanic, so I probably may lean just a little bit more RiffTrax, but I've still enjoyed, like I said, from the CTs that I have watched, I've enjoyed them very much.
Plus, I think RiffTrax is just more accessible to people who aren't familiar with MST3K.
Yeah, that's the other thing, too.
My girlfriend, for example, didn't watch MST3K, or she's never seen it. She's interested after I've told her some of the movie titles. I Was a Teenage Werewolf, Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
You almost said I was a teenage werecrow.
I would watch that movie too. Monster a Go-Go,
Mhm.
stuff like that. The Incredibly Strange Creatures Who
Stopped
got
living and became mixed up zombies.
Yes, I can never remember the full title.
I'm amazed I
Yeah.
can remember the full title, but I have a soft spot for that episode. So
But I'm starting her out on the RiffTrax.
yeah, and how's that been going?
It's going pretty good. She's been enjoying Twilight. We've been having to watch it in increments because she has an erratic schedule with work and school and such.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say because you can't stand watching more than 20 minutes of Twilight at a time.
Well, with the RiffTrax, it's fine.
Yes.
And she's actually seen Highlander before.
Oh yeah.
So,
Wow, okay.
Watching the RiffTrax is going to be familiar territory.
Mhm.
And we both really like Harry Potter, so that's going to be another one we're going to put in as well. The problem is that one's just, all the Harry Potter movies are pretty absurdly long. So
I believe it takes 17 days to watch the first half of the first movie.
I think it's around there. I know I had to put in a month's request off school to watch the second movie, so.
Yeah.
But summer school is worth it. Totally worth it.
Mhm.
But that's been going well. And then, after she's seen some of the stranger RiffTrax, we'll go on to the actual MST3K episodes.
Right. That's a pretty smart way to go about it, really.
Which begs the question: which one are you going to introduce her to?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm not totally sure at the moment. I think I might start up with Werewolf, just because I think that is a really good movie to start someone off with. It's just such an odd, terrible
I think you've got the
movie.
title wrong, Toby.
Oh yeah, Werewolf.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
That's the correct pronunciation.
The movie's absolutely fascinating. Either Werewolf. I don't know. The Brain That Wouldn't Die, I think, is also a pretty good starter for her. I think she'll enjoy that one.
Yeah.
I'll keep you updated on
Okay.
how this goes.
Yeah.
The MSTieCast Girlfriend Project.
So is that where we try to get girlfriends, or is that where we do your thing?
The latter, and then we'll see about the former.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for those who haven't really gotten the chance to check out Cinema Titanic, the first 10 shows are available for free on Hulu.com.
If you don't mind the occasional ad for
Yeah.
Geico or whatever.
Yeah.
Or, if you're smart and have ad blocker,
Mm-hmm.
but don't because that's bad.
Yeah. And the last three are the first three live shows which I own. East Meets Watts, Alien Factor, and Tiki Island are all on there. So you get to see both the studio versions that they did and then the live recordings.
And I believe our last subject is you wanted to discuss the upcoming MST3K box set.
Yes. The Shout Factory just keeps on doing amazing things with the box set releases ever since they took over 4 years ago. Pretty soon it's going to be 2008. So this year's going to be like 5 years now. It's been that long. But they've been able to land some incredible licensing deals. The first big one was the Gamera box set, and then they've made deals with CBS to get like the Master Ninjas CBS TV production, and then and now the latest coup was they've made licensing deals with both two major studios, Universal and MGM, and so now we're getting a lot of episodes that haven't been seen in a while, especially the big ones like the first 5 episodes of season 8, which are all classic Universal movies. And so this month, volume 26 is coming out on, I believe it's the 24th, 26th. And it's got a really good lineup I'm excited about. First one being, although it's kind of a weird skew, it's for the first time in a while we got 1 Joel and 3 Mike. And hasn't been like that in a while, because they usually try to do the balance with two each. But we start off with the Magic Sword, which is an episode I'm very fond of. I really like. Then half the episodes on this one I haven't seen. The next one I haven't seen yet, Alien from LA, which is pretty. I'm looking forward to checking out for the first time, because this Kathy Ireland stink bomb, and the whole segment's got a lot of good stuff. So with the whole dull surprise, and then we got Danger Deathway, which I haven't seen, which is one of those obvious James Bond spy movie ripoffs from the 60s. And then we finish with episode 803, The Mole People, which I mentioned before is was like the second or third episode I ever saw. And I haven't seen that one in a while either, so I'm kind of interested to see how check that one out again. So, and plus the features look to be pretty good on this one too. They landed an interview with Bird-Eye Gordon himself, which is pretty awesome.
Interesting.
Yeah, and we were just talking about that just the other night. They did, what was it, 9-10 of his movies on MST3K, which is a lot.
We counted 10.
10.
The answer is a lot.
Do you want to do it? King Dinosaur,
Mm-hmm.
Amazing Colossal Man, Earth versus the Spider.
Yep.
So that's 3.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Colossal Beast. I think it's 9.
I think it might be 9.
I think I counted It Conquered the World by mistake last time. But yeah, I think it's 9.
The Magic Sword, which is on this set. Tormented. Beginning of the End. Village of the Giants.
Am I missing one? Missing one.
I think we are. Can't think of it off the top of my head.
Colossal Man, Earth versus Spider, War of Colossal Beast. War of the Colossal Beast.
Yeah, War of the Colossal Beast. Yeah,
we need to do that.
Go ahead.
We need to do that trivia contest between me and Justin.
We should. That'll be a great little episode.
Oh, definitely.
Anyways, but when is it released?
26th of this month, March.
Yep. And then around that same time, we'll be finding out what will be on Volume 27 as well, because Shout usually feeds that info to Sampo at Satellite News to spread to the fandom. Usually either on the day before or on the day it's released. You usually find out what's on the next set, which is really nice of them to do that.
Yeah, that's really cool of them. I'm really hoping Shout Factory releases, as an aside, I'm really hoping they start releasing Extreme Ghostbusters on DVD. Just because the first cartoon's out, I would like to see all of them out. And someone told me they have the rights, they just haven't released it yet.
I don't think that's true.
I don't think that's true. It'd be cool if it was true.
Okay. The official.
I need to do research on that.
Yeah, I just looked it up. The official Bird-Eye Gordon total for MST3K is 8 movies: King Dinosaur, Colossal Man, Earth vs. Spider, the sequel to Colossal Man, War of the Colossal Beast, Magic Sword, Tormented, Beginning of the End, Village of Giants. That's 8 movies, which is So he's the director that they riffed the most movies off of. I think eight's a large amount, and that was over several seasons, from season 2 to season 5.
Anyways, I think that's it for this episode of the MSTieCast. Josh, do you have any final thoughts?
No.
Justin?
Nope, I think we're good.
Okay. How we're going to do the outros, I'm going to do me, Justin, and then Josh. Is that alright?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Alright, so this has been the MSTieCast. I'm Toby Bilbius.
I'm your worst nightmare.
And I'm also Justin Toner.
And this has been the MSTieCast. Thank you very much for listening. See everyone next time.
Later, people.
poopy.